for more than 30 years. More than 30 years.
Morning. No, like 4 different times last night she was all about how she was going in town this morning. And then lo and behold, once she got up and saw I was up, she said, "You going anywhere?" I said, "I wasn't." And that was the last I heard of it. I don't know why I always have to go.
Because you're her son.
Huh?
Because you're her son.
So? Why does that mean I always have to go?
I don't know. We can ask people in chat if they actually want to stream, so
Oh. Oh well. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh yeah, I remember what I was doing.
hopefully I mean, I remember what I'm doing. Hello, Magic. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Monday morning.
My opinions of Mondays is right up there with Garfield's.
Oh, what's wrong with Mondays? Heartburn sucks. I'm sorry to hear that you're dealing with heartburn, Magic.
Yeah, heartburn's still fun.
Muck can help though, can't it? Or you lactose intolerant?
It helps some people.
That's true. Some people it does. Some people it doesn't. Right, park that train right there. Because I need a different train.
Milk's personally never really done a whole lot for me with that. What seems to work for me is like crackers or bread or something along those lines.
Bread sometimes works for me. Crackers never does. Oh. Let's see. Drinking water is a, yeah, okay, I could see that magic. And hello, Amelia. How are you this fine, wonderful Monday morning? Don't hit too hard. I don't want a beer can empty coal cars. Hey, thank you for the follow, Magic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Huh. That's interesting. So there was supposed to be a pop-up for a follow, but I guess my screen element is not having a good day. For anyone wondering, this is Railroader. It's a fairly, for some it could be considered boring. I mean, you're literally driving trains back and forth. But you get to build your train company, expand the train lines, all that fun stuff. And for us old men, because me and my co-host, Kayla, are old.
Who you calling old, you young whippersnapper?
I'm calling you old.
I know, that's rude. That's rude.
And since when did most of us Gen Xers give a fuck?
I mean, fair.
And I'm glad you're okay, Amelia. I hope this week will bring you lots and lots of fun and joy and happiness. And Monday does need to stop doing the normal Monday thing and giving Magic Heartburn, because Heartburn's not needed. Nope, don't need it. You only usually play Stardew, so Trains is nice to watch. Understand? No, nope. Do not go 30 in a 15 zone. Do not derail yourself. Putting trains in the dirt is not on my Monday morning checklist. Might be on Caleb's Monday morning checklist for me to put a train in the dirt, but it's not on my checklist. And I love Stardew. I actually play Stardew as well.
We got pretty far in that, but we didn't finish it.
No, we didn't finish it. And I plan on going back to it with you. And with anyone else that wants to actually collab on it.
Well, I think we were at a point that we weren't sure what we were supposed to do or needed to do. And the stuff we needed for the town hall or whatever it was. We have to collect stuff and turn it in.
That's
We
exactly
couldn't-
it.
We I couldn't find the stuff anyways, I'll put it that way. Admittedly, I didn't like Google search it or nothing, but
And they put new updates out for Stardew? Definitely have to look into it again.
what annoys me is for Grim Dawn, they said about that expansion like 2 years ago,
Yeah, I remember you mentioning an expansion coming out for it.
and then like since then there's been like almost nothing about it.
Yeah, I noticed you bragging about 1,000 hours into it, Magic. Believe me, me and Kayla may actually ask you for your help on it. I mean, I've only got... Me and Kayla, I think, only have like 200 hours into it. If that.
I don't even have that, because the only hours I have were with you. I think it's like 30 or something like that, 27 maybe.
Well, Magic Lover in my chat loves Stardew. As she mentioned in one of the servers yesterday, she's got over 1,000 hours.
Well, I saw that post and I was looking at my hours in various games, and unfortunately the ones I have like excessive amounts of hours in are like idle games that I probably just left running in the background.
Leave running in the background while you're sleeping.
Yeah. So I can't in good conscience count them, so I didn't post anything about it. But there's 2 that I had over 5,000 in.
Over 5,000?
Yes, in 2 different games.
Each had 5,000, not combined.
Yes. Yes, both over.
Those were idle games, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was about to say, what games do you have with 5,000 hours that you were actively playing for 5,000 hours?
None. The closest I come is like 700-800 for active hour games, which is still nothing to be ashamed of, but it's...
Just got your mom into it with you? Was your mom enjoying it? Okay, jump down to the other trains. I'm gonna start my run down to Alarka. Well, that was the wrong button to hit. I didn't mean to go be right back, because I wasn't going anywhere. What? No, 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 no. No, no, no.
What are you doing over there?
Magic Lover posted something that Stream Elements decided was too long and got a timeout. I'm sorry about that, Magic Lover. I'm so sorry. I need to fix my Steam Elements. Hold on one sec. I'm going back. I'm going BRB while I fix my Steam Elements, because that should not have happened. Alright, where is it? Come on. Where's my... Chatbot moderator, where are you? Okay, you're turned on. Steam Elements has been a bad boy. It gets turned on. Alright, there we go. Now it's fixed. It better be fixed. Not fixed, I'm going to be annoyed. Two and a half hours the first time, and then she texted you to play again. Okay, that worked. That worked. It's always good when mom or family of any kind want to play with you. Where's Ramtrack? Ramtrack's coming my way. Oh.
I think they're somewhere between Ella and Bryson.
Bryson and Hemingway, actually.
Oh, I missed them hitting Bryson, sorry.
So, do you two, Amelia and Magic, have any good plans for this week? Anything fun planned? Any pain in the butts planned?
Do I want to take these over on my nose, or do I want to push them into there and run around them and then just take them on my butt.
I don't know, what are you doing?
You can interchange cars over to Whittier.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna run around them that way. I don't have to run around over at Whittier.
Most of the doctor's appointments for everyone. Well, I hope everyone's actually feeling okay. I mean, I know you got heartburn, but...
I mean, I'm sure people do, but it's not something generally go to the doctor for. Unless you've had it for like days and it's not settled down any
For
then.
your household and take your mom to all her appointments. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That sounds familiar.
It should sound familiar. Just so you know, Magic K here, he does pretty much the same thing for his mom. And does all her errands, too. Your heartburn is chronic and you do see your doctor. Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. But I did say normally.
Sure.
Chronic is not exactly what I would call normal.
Well, that depends. I mean, for those of us that are chronic sufferers of stuff, it is normal.
You know what I meant. Don't take it out of context or twist it. Come on now.
I mean, I have this chronic problem of getting picked on by a guy named Kayla.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And for anyone wondering, I zoom out on tunnels because otherwise the camera follows the terrain unless you're in the train and in your person. And my actual avatar in the game is up on a train.
About to ask where the heck you were in a tunnel, then I remember there was one on the way to Alarka.
Yep, there's a tunnel on the way to Alarka. And then there's the haunted tunnel for
Yep,
Cali.
Yeah, the haunted tunnel.
The haunted tunnel, which my graphics glitch on and make it look like there's rubble all over the ground. The game is actually very peaceful. At least at the moment. Later on, when you open more of the map, which I will show you in a second. Map. So, this is the map. And when you start, you have Whittier here, over to Ella here. You have, and up to the Connolly Creek up here. And you have to open this track here, and then an expansion to Bryson here, and then you do another expansion over to Alarka Junction, or Alarka down here. But as you can see, there's a lot of places here that I still don't have open. Because you actually have to pay, and use funds and stuff like that to open it. Kayla's little laugh tells you that it's not always peaceful. No, it's not always peaceful. Damn.
I distinctly recall coming down a Robinson Gap, minding my own business, and then like, why do I hear a train whistle?
Oh. There's also that. You can automate some of the trains. Like, our passenger service train is completely automated, and we call it Ramtrak. And we call it Ramtrak because Kayla there was coming down from the coal mine, and I didn't set the stop point properly for Ramtrak, and it almost rammed him up the backside with a.
Oh no, we impacted.
Oh,
we
yes,
impacted.
you did impact. That's right.
But it was engine on engine, so no passengers were harmed. And it was a switch incorrectly thrown.
Yes.
But these things happen.
They do.
And sometimes you get a front row seat to entertainment. Like watching Kaze come into Whittier Yard at 30 miles an hour through the switches.
Yeah, going into a yard at 30 miles per hour in a 15 mile per hour zone does some very interesting things to your engine and cars when it, no longer wants to be on the rails. And then there was the empty beer can coal car up at Silva.
Yeah.
Because Kayla had thrown a switch and told me about it. And he told me about it. He warned me. He reminded me like 3 times. But I forgot. And rammed into the car at like...
Yeah. I've had my fair share of dirts. I mean, I won't deny that.
You have had your fair share of dirt.
I try to avoid them, but it's not always as easy as you might think. Alright. Are you ready to come out of there? You are not. You are not. Neither are you.
And the developers of this game actually continuously work on the game and update it as well, which is one thing I like. Like, one of the stations never used to have a bunch of buildings. They only had, like, the actual station building, and they've added a lot to it.
Yeah, buildings are slowly but surely coming.
Yeah. And everyone does have their moment. I will admit, I think the time that I beer canned a coal car, I hadn't slept in like 3 days. So I also wasn't, mentally fully there.
Isn't that normal?
Which part? Not sleeping for 3 days or being mentally there?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I mean, if you're gonna tell them I pick on you, I gotta at least make it accurate, right?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Let's not hit these at that kind of speed. Especially since that's an oil tanker. EPA might disapprove.
We already throw OSHA requirements out the window. Why do we think we care about the EPA?
I mean, if OSHA saw half the stuff we do, oh boy.
If OSHA saw half the stuff we do, we would never work again in our lives. We wouldn't even be allowed a desk job. I'm hearing squealing and I'm only going 1 mile per hour over the speed limit. What the hell? I didn't dirt. Thank you.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes school's even under the speed limit, so.
That's true. Sometimes it does.
So Ramtrek should be on its way to Alarka.
Yep, it should be.
Alright. I just want to make sure it wasn't going to come back this way and cause issues.
Yeah, it's almost to Cochrane. No, this is not where the train car goes, but I need to swap around anyways, and I needed to pick up that other one. So, I'm doing the right around. OSHA is just guidelines, suggestions, really. You know, I don't disagree with you on that, Magic. At all.
Kind of like the Geneva Convention.
Hey, the Geneva Conventions is suggestions only for Canadians and Poles.
I thought it was a checklist for them.
Oh, wait, yes, that's true. It's the U.S. that it's a suggestions for, and it's a checklist for us Canadians. That we like adding to.
I still get a chuckle out of just picturing you guys airdropping wolves into that one place.
Hey, Michigan needed the Wolves, so, you know.
I mean, true they did, but that's, you have to admit, an interesting way of choosing to do it.
We also airdropped beavers. Which surprises almost no one, because beavers are very distinctly a Canadian thing. Well, they're everywhere, but most people equate beavers in Canada.
I mean, isn't it on one of your flags?
I think it's on one of our provincial flags.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you guys were still part of the kingdom, wasn't it on the, like, shield, like, crest?
I think so, yeah. Okay. I'll catch you later, Magic. Thank you for coming, and see you if you come back. Hope the toddler's not in too bad of a mood.
Yeah, generally if the toddler's in a bad mood, everybody's in a bad mood.
Generally, yes.
Just seems to be the way it works.
I've also got good news and bad news for you, okay?
Oh.
We might be opening self-a-pulp paper pretty soon.
Yeah, I kind of figured we were getting there.
Though I'm going to replace the switcher at silver first. With a logging Mikado.
Hmm.
And hello to everyone else in chat. My name is Kaze, and with me is also Kayla. So you will hear his voice in the background. We are playing Railroader. Pretty good game in my opinion. Me and Kayla have been playing it for about a year now. Been a year, right? Yeah.
Feels like it.
We also don't just play Railroader. We are a mixed pair team. We've done Stardew, we've done Grim Dawn, Satisfactory,
V-Rising.
V-Rising. Which, by
Kinda
the way,
surprised we haven't-
V-Rising is now going to be a constant Saturday collab with Ecto.
Kind of surprised we never did Planet Crafter.
Actually thinking about getting back into Planet Crafter.
Something else
so I
we-
don't ram into those, because this needs to
Some-
actually go behind them.
There was something else we played, but for life of me, I can't think of it at the moment.
We've done Satisfactory, we've done Railroader, we've done Grim Dawn.
Balloons.
Stardew, we did Stardew.
We did balloons.
Balloons, yes. Kayla is very big into tower defense games, so am I. But not as big as Kayla is. Put that switch there. All down here. I'm gonna stop. So that switching back up. Because I need to pick up these shrinkers. I actually have 3 copper cars coming out this time.
Of course you're in the middle. Why wouldn't you be in the middle?
Something stuck in the middle that you gotta pull out.
Yeah, the interchange car's in the middle.
If it's in the middle, I'm gonna guess you're doing Bryson?
Yeah, Appalachia.
Nope, speed limit's 15, not 20. Well, 25 actually is up to. We do not want to dirt this trip.
Of course, I stop a foot too soon, so I can't throw the switch.
Watch your speed, Kaze. Watch your speed. Take a drink of coffee while driving. Not a good idea, because then I forget my speed. And Ramtrack is just arriving at Olarka. I'm going to go run around on that.
Check its fuel.
I think I do need to refuel it.
That's why I figured I'd remind you just in case it did need it done. But as far as I know, it's been doing 2 trips just fine.
Yeah, I can do 2 trips fine. I don't know. This might have been its first trip, and I've got one more in it, or I may have to refuel it and all that fun stuff.
I mean, it's doing better than the previous engine, which could barely do the 1 trip.
Yes. But it's also got like double the coal and double the water now.
And a lot more oomph.
A lot more oomph.
So that makes a difference.
20,000 difference in tractor force.
So that makes a big difference too. So it doesn't have to use as much coal and water getting up to speed. Do I want to do this?
I'm so glad I remembered to flip the switch so that I didn't, put coal cars into the engine of Ramtrack. Oh no, it's good for a second trip. I refilled it the last time it was here. Let's change it going the other way. Throw that in reverse, throw that in full. Switch back to the switcher. We'll probably need to water it though, but that's okay, water is easy. So it doesn't actually use that much water, it's just coal that it used to burn through. That did flip, good. Those two cars are still emptying. Slow down a little bit because this is a mostly 25 zone getting out of here. I'm assuming you're all done in Bryson?
No, I'm still doing Appalachia.
Oh. Oh yeah, you had to do a pullout.
I had to unbury a car. I'm kind of curious how that happened, because I try not to do that to myself.
I was going to say it would be understandable if it was me still switching there, but I've been switching Alarka for a while instead of Bryson.
Yeah, you've not been doing Bryson. It's probably one of those loads in, loads out kind of deals, and one of them just did its job faster than the other.
Which is quite possible.
That's what happens at Stenzel. Often. Far too often.
Yes, I skipped time a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Mainly so Amtrak could start filling passengers faster. More money, more money. When you are done with Bryson, do me a favor. There's cars waiting for the interchange at Dillsborough, right? Put 302 attached to those and put it for sale.
Okay.
Zoom out so I'm not terrain following on this one.
I just gotta grab my interchange cars here and get back to the yard. So I'm nearly done here.
I'm still coming up to Alarka Junction, so you've still got tons of time.
Well, I kind of figured I did, but I was just letting you know where I was at.
And I thank you for that. Because with this set of interchange cars plus the engine, selling should have enough for the upgrades to a K35 for Zilla.
Okay, I'm leaving Appalachian for Bryson.
I'm just getting to Cochrane. Of course, I'm going faster than the posted speed limit, but you know, speed limits are just suggestions, right?
Yep, just suggestions.
Some parents or kid on the platform sees the train go whipping past at warp 5. What was that, Mommy? That was somebody about to lose their job, dear.
We didn't know we ran bullet trains here.
Maybe that's something they should add to the game. Bullet trains.
These tracks would never support it.
No, they wouldn't.
Really? Really? You're gonna do me dirty like that?
What?
There's a car ready here in Bryson itself.
Oh, the time skip readied up a car.
Yeah. I blame you.
I blame Ramtrak. I was time skipping for Ramtrak. It was Ramtrak's conductor's request.
Ramtrak could have waited. Ramtrak could have waited.
Yeah, but then again, you'd also be kicking yourself.
No. You think I care about Bryson? Boy, have I got some disappointing news for you. Just so you're aware, your cars are on 1.
My cars are on 1?
Yes, they are on 1. Not your usual 2.
Alright, thank you for letting me know.
Yep. Though I still gotta go get that other car that's ready yet, so.
I'm quite literally just getting to Alarka Junction now.
Yeah. You gotta bring Dragon down the hill yet, too.
Yeah, I gotta bring Dragon down the hill still.
So like you said, I have time.
And then you've still got the time of me getting from here to there.
Well, I mean, yeah, if I can't get that set off before you get from here to Silva, there's a Dillsborough, there's an issue.
Yes. There's a big issue if you can't get it done by the time I get to Dillsborough from across the map. Parking brake on. Wait for me to move forward again. And switch those so the back was on the proper track. That is there. Reset the track there. The passenger train coming through. Switch to Dragon. Dragon's actually coming down light today.
Oh, there wasn't anything ready.
Only 3 of the cars were ready. Or 6 of the cars were
Oh.
ready. Instead of
8, 9.
9.
Oh well.
Drag it forward a bit. Because I parked it on the switch. All that is set properly, right? Yeah, you're sitting on.
You know, generally if you want the train to move, it helps if you give it some throttle.
It does, and make sure the brakes are on.
Well, you gotta remember I'm running simplified.
That is true. You are running simplified.
So if I give mine throttle, the brakes are off.
I mean, even though I'm only bringing down 6 cars instead of the 9, I'm still almost at 1,000 tons.
Yeah. Big shot cools heavy, yo.
And I've got 3 cars of coal to attach to at the bottom, too.
You mean copper?
Or copper, yeah. Slowly back down to hill. No, do not get up to 20 with, 1,000 tons of coal on your ass when you're in a 15 zone. I'd be a squealing coming down to him.
Squeal like a pig, boy. When did Burt Reynolds play Boss Hogg?
Burt Reynolds played Boss Hogg in the 2005 Dukes? The new one that came out, like, this millennium.
I don't know if I saw that.
Jessica Simpson played Daisy Dukes. Oh, what the hell's the pothead's name? Name's right on the tip of my tongue. I don't want that one. I want that one. Johnny Knoxville played Luke. Burt Reynolds was Boss Hogg. Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson was Uncle Jesse.
Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, he looks the part, but... Uncle Jesse wasn't exactly, At least I wouldn't picture Uncle Jesse as a doper.
Well, no, because Uncle Jesse's a drunk.
Hey, he's just a good old boy. He don't mean no harm.
But yeah, no, Burt Reynolds actually did a pretty good job as Boss Hogg. I mean, of course, nothing ever beats the originals, right?
I don't. That's matter. That's subjective.
That's subjective?
That's subjective. I definitely prefer the oh no, what's the name of the damn band? The band that redid Sound of Silence. It's like more heavier, like...
I know who you're thinking of. I just can't remember the name at the moment.
But I prefer their version over the original, actually. I like the original, but I prefer their version.
The original was Simon and Garfunkel,
Yes.
and the remake is Disturbed. And yes, Disturbed did do a good job of it. I actually had to Google that because I'm still on my first pot of coffee. You know me
I
and my
could
coffee.
I could picture the dude and everything. I just couldn't think of the band's name.
Oh, I could picture the dude's face and everything too. I just band's name completely eluded me.
Yeah, like 404 does not exist, you know.
Alright, now we've got actual speed to our train, because this area is not speed restricted. Well, it's speed restricted to 45 or 40, but...
I'm gonna say most of the railroad's 45, and then there's like spots that are less.
I'm about to run a fully loaded coal and copper train through Hemingway at, 40.
That's fine, as long as you don't do that through the 30 turns.
Or the 25 turn?
Yeah, or that one. I thought there was a 30 turn in there too.
There is. 25's first, though. The 30's at the bridge, just before coming down into Bryson. The upper bridge, not the lower bridge.
I mean... Do you want to know how many times I've been on that part of the road in this playthrough?
None.
None.
I'm well aware this. You have not been up the mountain. But I've been considering that a bit. And just for your pleasure, once we open Andrews, you can do the freighting and I'll do all the switching.
Oh, yay.
What, you don't want to do the Andrews Hill?
No, I actually would love to try it, honestly, because I think it's going to be a real pain.
Once we've opened Andrews, I will definitely let you at least try it one.
But at the same time, I don't know how bad it's going to be, at least at first. Because how much are we really going to have going out there?
Probably actually not a hell of a lot, especially if I put just Silva as the interchange and not do it on both ends.
I really don't think that'd be a good idea to do it at both ends.
I mean, if we had like 10 people playing the game on the server, that would
Well,
be...
even if we had a third or a fourth, that'd be alright.
That's fair.
I mean, even now with what we have now, there's times I would like to have a third.
Now, the problem with having a third now, though, is...
There would be times there wouldn't be something for them to do unless they wanted to run passengers.
Yeah.
But there are times I feel very stressed trying to get all the switching done.
Alright, I'm coming into the 25, so slow my ass down.
Hey, I'm in a 25 too.
Where's the 25 for 102? Oh, you're going up the hill.
Yeah, the entire everything up here is 25.
You're doing the logger.
Yeah, I'm going up to get the logs.
I forgot Crash. Well, actually, it's not Crash Bandicoot anymore, is it?
No, but it's not been crashed for a while now. It's Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, it's Wreck-It Ralph.
Crash was the original engine
Yes. And Trash
that no longer
became
no
a
longer
Larka,
exists.
and we just sold that and replaced it with a Larka.
Well, when we moved it over to Alarka, we changed it to Alarka Industries anyways.
Yes.
Speaking of, did you ever change the new engine over there to that?
No. Paint jobs and names are yours.
Oh, well, I wish I would have known that. It would have been changed.
Well, you can change it later after you're done with the logs, because you still got to wait for me to get all the way over to the interchange.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, even
once
if I
you're done
didn't
with
have
the
to wait for...
logs and the switcher at Silva.
I already did the switcher at Silva.
Oh, then once you get the logs, you just sitting down waiting for me.
Well, I'm not even waiting for you. I gotta wait for Ramtrack, too.
Yes.
Are you ahead of it or behind it?
I'm ahead of it.
For now. Well, that won't change. 'Cause it's gotta stop at stations and stuff.
Yeah, it's got to stop at stations. And it hasn't even left Alarka yet. It doesn't leave Alarka for another 5 minutes.
Oh, I thought it left there at 9.
Nope, 9:16.
Shows you how much I know about our operations.
As you have repeatedly stated, you are not management. You are just a train driver.
I am most assuredly not management.
So, of course, you don't know fully about the operation.
Eh, there's times I'm lucky I know what I'm supposed to be doing, okay?
I don't disagree with that.
And as Whittier Depot demonstrated that one fine day, sometimes I overthink it and complicate it and make it super stupid hard.
There is that, too.
I don't know what I was thinking that day. I'm just like, I still look back at that and like, what the heck was I trying to accomplish?
I don't remember what you were trying to accomplish.
I was trying to get it switched. I had to flip a bunch of cars around, and I just went about it a very...
You had to flip a bunch of cars around, but you didn't actually have to flip the cars around.
I actually did, but
Not
the way
really.
I went about it, I don't know. I don't know why it made sense at the time, but it took me like twice as long as it needed to. Not mush into the log cars.
Not mushing into the log cars was a smart idea. Me not stopping on the main line is also a good idea. You said it's on 1, right? I'm already
Yeah,
aligned for it, aren't I?
I believe so.
Yeah, looks like I am. Of course, if I accidentally hit 2 or 3, I've still got that crossover switch by the polling tower I can hit.
Yeah. You could only end up on 1 or 2 or the main.
Yeah.
If you end up on 3 before the cooling tower, I don't think you're gonna like where you end up.
I'll end up in the polling tower.
No, you'll end up in the turntable pit.
Oh. Yeah, I don't want to be in the turntable pit. Thanks. I've seen enough pictures of you showing me wrecks trains too. No, I don't want that.
At least I think that third track would be the third table. But is that one that ends in a stub? I think that's on the other side of it, though. Now, what am I doing after I get these logs down the hill? I completely forgot already.
Renaming Alarka.
Oh yeah,
Picture.
Alarka. See, this is why I'm not management.
Hey, Kayla. Squirrel.
Yeah. What? Where? More importantly, what color is it?
And yes, you are correct. If I was lined into 3 before the cooling tower, I would just be... No, 3 would actually run just beside. It wouldn't even hit the cooling tower either. Because that cooling tower track where you refuel is actually perfectly in line with 3.
Yeah, but I didn't think they connected.
They don't.
So it ends in a stub or something. Or it ends in the turntable pit.
No. It would go right beside the turntable pit. It doesn't even come over all the way. It merges onto 2.
I'm gonna have to come look at that because that don't seem right to my mind.
There's no stubs or bumpers or anything. It's all merging into 2 or...
I don't remember there being a little side passing track there. That's 1, that's 2, no, that's the main, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3.
If you look
Yeah,
straight
3
down
goes...
3,
3 goes directly into the turntable.
No, if you go straight line, without any curves or anything like that, straight line, it goes right beside the turntable pit.
You gotta remember, I'm only looking at the wire diagram in the map mode.
Yes.
And it looks like it goes directly to the roundhouse turntable.
Yeah, don't look at the wire diagram. Actually, when you do, pop over and go, bird's eye view from the actual track, and you'll see that it will not hit the pit on 3.
Then we are not looking at the same things because 3 goes directly to the pit. Are you counting the Y track? Because I'm not. You got the Y track, the main, then 1, then 2, then 3 goes directly to the pit.
If you go on to 3,
I'm looking at it.
And you go
You
straight
got the Y track
forward on 3, you'll hit the switching tower.
Negative. I'm talking right here at the yard throat. You got the Y track, the main, then 1, then 2, then 3 goes directly to the pit.
I'll show you later.
So you got the Y track off to the far right, main, 1, 2, and 3 goes directly to the turntable pit.
Okay, go down the track. Past the signal tower.
I gotta go check my train because I'm doing fucking 30 miles an hour down the hill and I can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
So you get me distracted because I know what I'm talking about and I don't know what the hell you're looking at. I also like the fact that I was doing 30 down through there and somehow didn't put it in the dirt.
Were you on a straightaway?
No, I was like partway into the Y.
Oh.
That's why I spiked the brakes real hard. I'm just like, nope.
Yeah, I bet your brake
Nope.
box is like that.
They're fine.
You know, they're smoking.
Cherry red and flames are normal, you know? Because see, if you go down past the cooling tower, you've gone too far.
Yeah, but if you come at it from the other direction, it doesn't actually
I'm not
hit
talking.
the pit.
I'm not talking about the other direction. I'm talking about from Appalachia, Hemingway.
Yeah, but if you were to connect 3 from the yard to that area, it would not hit the pit.
Never mind. I'm not talking about yard track 3. I'm talking about the third track from where...
Oh, if you're talking about that, I never talk about that track. I always talk about yard track 3. That little siding crap, I never deal with. It's always
Yeah,
one
but
or
that's
two.
that's what I was saying. If you went down track 3 at that point, you're going to end up in the turntable pit.
Okay, if I'm coming at track 3 from that direction at that point, you're right. It will go into the pit.
See, that's why I got confused when you started talking about signal tower and stuff. I'm just like, that's way too far. I was so confused.
That's okay, I just confused myself. Or, you know,
I
this is
mean-
derp.
That's kind of something common for the two of us. We kind of
Just a
confuse
little.
ourselves a lot.
For some reason, I thought I was going the wrong direction and flipped it in forward instead of, you know, reverse coming towards video.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, it brought me back down to almost 0, and then I remembered I'm not going to Bryson, I'm going to Silva.
Alright. I need this part actually. Customize.
And once again, I hope everyone in chat is having a wonderful Monday morning and the start of a good week, and that your week will be filled with joy and happiness.
But there, 303 is now Alarka Industries.
303 is now Alarka Industries. That is good.
I got her, lights and everything on. For safety.
Get my engine more power so I can actually get up down this hill.
You don't need to actually get up the hill.
I do if I want money.
I mean, there is that.
Money, money, money.
But since I have a hot minute, I'm gonna go AFK for a second.
Okay. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Unless, of course, that was your cat playing with your microphone.
Negative. Cat's laying by the window.
I'm just passing Ella. Amtrak just left Olympic Junction. Of course, now it's mostly downhill for that train. Still the switcher you put in neutral, right?
Is now.
Okay, because, you know, not being in neutral and having full brakes on and stuff like that would make it a little hard for me to move it.
I'm sure you would have figured it out.
Oh, I would. Hey, it's departing Hemingway on time. So I wonder how track maintenance is actually going to work out.
Not sure. Sure if they're just gonna have it like a. Not sure. Not sure if they're just gonna have like an automated kind of deal. or if it's just going to be like, well, from point A to point B, you're going to have to abide by this track speed restriction due to maintenance being done.
That's possible.
Or if it's going to be like, they're actually going to give us like maintenance away equipment and we actually have to go do it ourselves.
Like actually drive a grinder?
Yeah, like a grinder, spreader, whatever. Either just drive it to the location and park it there for X amount of time, or...
Well, from what I was looking at, it looks like it's going to be that. Drive it to a specific area and park it there for an amount of time while it automatically does the maintenance in the area.
The problem with that is if it's on single track, then how's that going to work with like passenger reputation?
That's a good question. Though they might add some more sidings for sections, like from, say, Bryson to Hemingway. If you park it in the siding at Hemingway, it does that entire section automatically. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, slow down, because I'm coming in here. I don't really want to dirt.
No, you're going slow enough.
Tail end view so that I can see how many cars away I am. Trying to find brakes so I don't, ram into these cars at 15. Hoses. I'm now 23 cars long and almost 2,000 tons. And I can pretty much open the throttle once I'm out of the switching area until I get to Dillsboro. Ram truck's just coming into Bryson. should be coming up on the Haunted Pumpkin. Soon-ish, I should say. Actually, I might not even be the Barkers yet. No, I'm not even the Barkers yet. I'm ways away. Okay, can you watch Dragon for a minute? And okay, perfect.
Yep, on it.
Okay.
Welcome back.
What's Ramtrack doing? Just getting Ella or Whittier?
Ella.
Now I'm coming up to 100. Tunnel. Back car, coming up Hillsborough. So we'll switch so I can actually get into the Dillsborough yard. Apply the air brake so I can slow down in time. Good. Wake up and give it some throttle. Come on, Dragon, you can do it. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Hey Fanta, how's it going? Hopefully you're having a wonderful week. Yep, more viewers, more followers. It's been a good week for me. How's life over in the European area? The video got 201 likes. That's really good. I'm glad for you. Oh, my channel. Oh. I do remember. I do remember. I'm still very glad that it got that many likes. Alright, almost to the silver interchange, so that I can drop this off and make more money. I want more money. Well, because of the vid, and I also did a collab with another streamer on Saturday doing V-Rising, which is going to be a regular Saturday thing now. Though that's going to be usually, that's going to probably be, let's do the time zone, about 3 or 4 a.m. your time for the collab for that. But I know I did get a couple of followers that were not from that, so I'm thinking they probably came from the video. For people that are watching, if you do like and want to see other things that I do many games. Please do give a follow and help support the channel. That's my once in 2 hour shameless plug of please follow me. I do need 7 more followers before I can reach affiliate, which I'm very excited for. Very, very excited to reach affiliate, actually. Alright, time to switch to the back end so that I can see what I'm doing. And yes, I know normally a train engine is not supposed to be a caboose, but this one is. 4,007 views. That's amazing. Thank you very much for that, Fanta. Some should come. I hope they do. Have a good night, Fanta. Hope you and the family have a good sleep. Damage cars. I don't remember damaging any cars. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Where are you taking Dragon?
Because I'm buying a new engine in the morning and moving it to the siding.
Hmm.
Because I'm going to have to run the new switcher around the Y.
Yeah, flip it on the Y. Yeah.
So I'll actually just put it over here on the Indy track.
Could have just parked it on one of the other interchange tracks.
Yeah, but I never know which interchange track the spawn's going to happen on.
Fair.
Now we just need to wait for Ramjack to finish its run.
Could also park it out the other end of the interchange.
I could have done that. Yeah, I could have parked it on the other end of the interchange. When this Ramjack's done, I will advance the day. My designated streaming time is almost up anyways. So I might leave it here for now for the stream.
How much longer is left?
For my stream?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about 5 minutes away from the end.
Okay. Never mind then.
But since me and Kate do play when I don't stream as well, we can do other stuff later. So I'm going to end the stream today. Thank you all for everyone that came. On Wednesday, I will be streaming Hogwarts Legacy, a new playthrough, so everyone can watch and see how that's like. And I hope to see you all then. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the support. Love you all. Have a good one.